Welcome to Roscoe Squeeze Off the podcast. Once again, it's your boy Roscoe Squeeze Off, world's foremost authority on all things that matter. Just a dude talking about sports, man. And I am Roscoe Squeeze Off of the Show on the Go podcast, world's foremost authority on all things that matter. What I want to talk to you about today was the Lomachenko Tiafoma female. I don't hate to say it and butcher his name, but Lopez fight. And Lopez came in as a pretty big underdog, but because of his power, people gave him a good chance, or at least me, I wanted to really see the fight. Now, I was more than surprised that Lopez won the fight, but it was how he won the fight. I think I'm just like most others who are big boxing fans, that you thought if Lopez won this fight, it's because he went in there, he caught Loma early with a power shot and knocked him out or knocked him down, messed his faculties up, something to that effect. Kind of like in a big blaze of glory, real quick, first 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds. No, that was not the case. That was not the case. I was so shocked of what I saw, and I actually knew early. I watched most big fights with my father, and I knew quite early, and I told my father, Lomachenko was going to lose this fight, was going to get knocked out late. And this is what I noticed, and this is why I believe if they fought 5 more times, Lomachenko would lose each and every one of them. The reason is Lomachenko is so used to being able to jump in and out, get his punches off, turn his angles, and not be hit. And if he is hit, it's not a clean shot. He's done this, his whole career, at least that I've seen, his whole career here. And I don't know how he did in the amateurs. I didn't see his amateur career, but his pro career, I know he had an extensive amateur career. But his pro career, that's all you ever see him do, jump in and jump out. That's why I thought he would win. I thought he would give Lopez a boxing lesson because Lopez would not be able to connect on him. But no, 100% wrong. Lopez had a great equalizer, which was hand speed. His hand speed matched Loma's. I'm not saying he was faster than Loma, but it was fast enough that Loma could not move out of the way, which I thought was absolutely amazing. Because by the third round, I said to my father, I said, hold up. Loma cannot get inside of this guy without getting hit. And by that being the case, that changed the price of tea in China. You know what I mean? Because when Loma is so used to jumping in and not getting connected on, when he came in, not only did he get connected on with a shot, it was usually a hard power shot. So it wasn't just like a spacing jab that kept him away or, a light straight. No, these were uppercuts, hooks, powerful straights, power shots. And he really gave him true power shots when he came in. So he started off with Lopez started off with a jab. It was a nice little spacer. It wasn't, but so effective. It wasn't like it was, discoloring his face or anything. But it was a nice spacer. But then what he started doing was going to the body, power shots to the body. As Loma moved anywhere near, body shot, hooks, doubling up, and he started doubling up on him. It wasn't just like he was hitting one; he was doubling up on body shots. And I saw early. I told my father that I don't believe Loma wants anything to do with this man's power. He's feeling it. You could, when he would hit him with these body shots, Loma would back up and go away. Matter of fact, Lopez was going towards him, was being the aggressor. This happened consistently for the first 6 rounds. Loma did not even get I think 7. I don't think Loma even went over 10 punches per round until like the 10 punches in a round. He didn't hit double digits in punches until I think the 8th round, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that was the telltale factor. And then let's say later in the fight, like I know one judge had it 119 to whatever. I agree with him. I fully agree with him. The other judges had 117. I think one judge had 116 for, all these are one for Lopez. 116, 112 was the lowest, was the closest one. I thought 119 was appropriate. I thought it was complete domination. 100% complete and utter domination. I didn't think it was close at all. Matter of fact, let me see. Lomachenko, he didn't land double digits. He landed 19 8th round. Before that, the most he had landed in any round was the 6th round, which was a 7 out of 13. He couldn't even throw punches. He was scared to get hit because he felt the power. And it was just body shots. It was very few to the head, but he did catch him a couple times, uppercuts, things of that nature to the head. It was enough to make him say, hold up. And I don't say he was ever hurt, but when you get hit and it's like a little stun where you see a slight wobble in the feet or just a balance, I saw it. I was like, man, Loma can't get in. And then when Loma did start trying to make a run for it at the very end, which I say 9th, 8th, 9th, 10th round, things of that nature. Matter of fact, I'll tell you exactly when. I'll tell you his punch count. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. The creation tool allows you to record and edit a podcast right from your phone, tablet, computer, what have you. Anchor will distribute the podcast for you so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You make money right from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. All you have to do is download the Anchor app. Go to anchor.fm to get started. Once again, that's anchor.fm to get started making your own podcast today. Okay, so 8th round, he got 19. He connected on out of 38. 20 out of 38 on the 9th round. 23 out of 44 on the 10th. 29 out of 62 in the 11th. But he only connected on 19 of 59 in the 12th. So he finally started trying to put some punches together. The most he connected on was 20. This is Lomachenko we talk about. A guy that jumps in, hits consistently accurate, almost over 50% of his punches. In the 12th round, he landed 32%. 11th round, 46. He did get 52 and 52 in the 9th and 10th. 50% in the 8th. Set 27% in the 7th round. And then he did get 55 and 55 and 53 in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round. But he never threw more. He threw 5 and 9 in the 4th and 5th. And then 7 and 13 in the 6th. I'm talking about this was complete and utter domination. He couldn't throw a punch off. He was scared to get hit. I mean, it was obvious and apparent. He was scared to get hit, in my opinion. And that's why he could not attack. Now, he attacked late because Lopez he looked a little bit tired. His strategy, his chess moves, he was really like focused. He looked so focused in the ring. And I don't think he threw a whole bunch of punches to that point, because let me see how many he was throwing. He threw 27. He landed 6 of 27 in the first round, 11 of 35 in the second, 11 of 42 in the third, 7 of 45, 7 of 44, 11 of 46, 11 of 43. So he wasn't landing a whole bunch of self, but he controlled the output. The little bit he landed were power shots for the most part. And that changed the whole ball game, man. And Loma could not handle the power, I don't think. And then that made him scared to come in. So at the end, he realized he had to go for it. But the 12th round was a telltale, because he came in, he got hit a couple times, and it changed everything, man. The guy's down, output, went down. In other words, he made a career off of doing kind of what Mayweather does, not really having exchanges. I get mine off, I duck yours or block yours. I don't have to have exchanges. But because of the speed of Lopez, coupled with the power, he had to have exchanges to get his shots off. And by having to have exchanges, slowed his whole output. He could not do what he wanted to do because he did not want to feel that power. He felt the power early to the body, and that was excellent on Lopez's part by going to the body. And he could not do anything. If you haven't seen the fight, when you do watch, you'll see he just could not do anything. And I thought it was complete domination. I thought he dictated how the fight went. I thought he took the fight to Loma, and I thought his power was telltale. And I think if Loma would have had exchanges with him, he would have knocked Loma out, possibly, because I don't think Loma could take his power. And I think when Loma was trying to make a comeback in the 10th and 11th round, he got a couple clean shots in on Lopez. And I just think at this weight class, maybe he needs to go back down to 130, but at this weight class, he did not have the power to hurt Lopez at all. I mean, he hit him clean as day, and it didn't even make him wobble, didn't back him up, didn't do anything. It was like he didn't hit him at all. It was complete and utter domination. I mean, just complete domination. So I heard the announcers that did the telecast, they were saying that it was close, Andre Ward, and Andre Ward had it a draw. I don't know what he saw. I saw complete domination, 119-110. I just thought it was not even a close fight. I thought I loved the way Lopez closed the fight for the in the 12th round, dominated the 12th round. But I don't think he had to do it. I mean, about a score cause he didn't have to do it. He could have ran around and just put his hands up like he won the fight already. It was over. I love the fact that he took it to him anyway. So, what's next for Lopez? Gervonta Davis would be a good fight, just because I think he'll beat Gervonta Davis, because I saw a skill there that I didn't know he had. And will that skill carry over to other fighters, or was it just perfect for Loma? Loma could not twist on him and spin around him and do all those angles because he moved. He moved quickly, so he could handle angles. And then he kept the jab for that point. But then the body shots, when you moved, you still felt it in your body. He changed everything Loma wanted to do. So I don't know if Gervonta Davis is a great technical fighter. I wouldn't say he is. But because of his power, he can do what Loma can't do. So I believe Lopez is there to be hit. And if he can hit him hard and hurt him, then yes, that's what makes that a great fight. Because both of those guys could knock each other out with their power. Both of those guys are very hard-hitting guys. I think Loma may have to try to fight Gervonta Davis himself to beat another guy that has power, but that may not have the skill of Lopez, which will allow him to look a little better than what he did. So, let me know what you guys think, man. Once again, this is Roscoe Squeeze Off, the podcast. It's your boy Roscoe Squeeze Off, world's foremost authority in all things that matter. This dude talking about sports for the most part when I'm doing my own podcast. And I am Roscoe Squeeze Off of the Show on the Go podcast. Please check that out as well. Great podcast. Doesn't do sports, but great podcast that covers a lot of different topics. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Enjoy boxing, man. Enjoy boxing while we got it. They got to make some better fights. That's a whole nother show. I've done shows on that. I'm going to do some more on that. You got to make some better fights. But this was a great fight. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Lopez earned that title. Great job. Once again, Roscoe Squeeze Off the podcast. See you soon.